Thank you, members of the press, for joining us this afternoon. Today, we are proud to stand at this point and at this podium to announce Bermuda's new Deputy Commissioner of Police. At this time, it's my honor to introduce the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Stephen Corbersley. Sir?
Good afternoon. I, as said, delighted to announce that after a thorough selection process chaired by the Deputy Governor last Thursday, a candidate has been selected, and I'm very pleased to announce it's Superintendent Darrin Simons. Of the 7 candidates that were interviewed, each and every one performed exceptionally well and reflect the BPS in great esteem, and have offered years of service, extensive years of service to local communities. So all of whom are obviously part of the Bermuda Police Service, and it is in line with my plans when I did arrive as Commissioner to identify, support and develop talent to not just become our current Deputy Commissioner, but also look to be the Commissioner in the future. I'm delighted it's Mr. Simons. Mr. Simons currently works in the intelligence field. He's an exceptional police officer with great understanding of local community needs and great understanding of the role that he will now step into. I'm very pleased as well because certainly the work that he's done around our change programme highlights that he has Bermuda in his best interests, local community needs, what victims want, and some of the perhaps more difficult challenges that we've got to face, particularly in protecting people that are vulnerable, dealing with things around financial crime and cybercrime. So there's an exciting journey ahead for the Bermuda Police Service, an exciting journey where I will be supported by Mr. Simons. I look very much to working with him as we go forward into the future. I'm happy to take some questions before Mr. Simons is introduced.
I have 2 questions about the process, Commissioner.
Yes.
We've heard allegations that some of the officers who applied, who applied for this post were disqualified. They were disqualified because they had not met PDR requirements. Is this the case?
Well, I'm pleased you've raised that because it allows me to correct an inaccuracy that was reported on the news last week. The Deputy Commissioner process was not subject of any form of grievance, and 7 parties were selected for interview, which included 1 Chief Inspector as well. There is a grievance against a previous promotion process, an Inspector to Chief Inspector process, and grievances are entirely right to do because people who feel that they've been treated unfairly have a right to be heard and the matter's looked into. But that matter is entirely separate from the Deputy Commissioner's process.
So is it the case that in order to be considered for the Deputy Commissioner post, you have to have completed this PDR? Well,
not on this case. This process was held by Government House and directed by His Excellency the Governor. So that particular protocol didn't apply for this process. But however, what I will highlight is that there was a proper scrutiny in regards to the quality of applicants, and 7 applicants were invited for interview and they performed extremely strongly. So it wasn't an easy process, and they were interviewed thoroughly by 4 people, and as mentioned, Mr. Simons was the best candidate on the day. Also, the press release highlights the performance of Superintendent Naima Aswad, who obviously, as you're aware, has only recently been promoted to Superintendent. I'm delighted for Naima for the work that she's done, and she demonstrated herself exceptionally well in this process, and I look forward for her development in going forward in the future. And in regards to her performance, she's also been recognised with the opportunity to attend the UK College of Policing Strategic Command course, which is probably the best policing course in the world, and it is the course that Mr. Simons will enter in the next few weeks to assist in his development before he takes on his new role.
I'm curious as to what it was that earned Mr. Simons the nod over the other applicants.
Well, it's a competitive process, and 7 people are interviewed. They were interviewed in regards to different competencies. It was very thorough, and Mr. Simons was found to have performed the best during that period. And that was a decision taken by 4 parties. So we must recognise, we must respect the decision. I was part of that process. I'm delighted that he's been selected because Mr. Simons demonstrates the right skills, the right attitude, the right values to be an exceptional Deputy Commissioner.
Good afternoon, Commissioner.
Yes.
Sorry, if I could just confirm. So, no grievances then have been filed with regards to this
No,
selection process?
not at all. Entirely separate.
Okay. Sorry, something you brought up before, my colleague asked. I'm just not familiar with the terminology. PDR process?
PDR is the personal development review. It's an annual appraisal that officers complete. We have had in promotion processes that the BPS run the need to complete 2 PDRs in the previous 2 years, and that's subject of a separate grievance. But I would like to move away from it, because actually this is about the Deputy Commissioner. It's not about other matters which are not unique to any organisation. There will always be disputes. My role and my delight today is to talk about Mr Simons and to talk about his role as Deputy Commissioner and the fact that it is going to assist me in taking forward the BPS in the future.
Commissioner, would you say that Mr Simons is on the road to possibly be in line for your position?
Oh, that's a good question. I wonder what Mr Simons would say over that one. Of course, he's a Deputy Commissioner, and when I'm not in office, he will be the Acting Commissioner. So, irrespective of that, he's going to have to perform my role on certain occasions. But the one thing that I took from this process, and it's also to give a hint to Mr Simons that he needs to work hard, there were 6 other exceptional candidates who no doubt will be looking towards the Commissioner process in the future when I eventually depart. If there's no further questions, I'd be delighted to invite Superintendent Simons to come up and say a few words to you and take some questions.
Good afternoon. I think I'd just like to start by saying that I'm particularly grateful for this new opportunity to serve Bermuda, to serve the community in this new capacity. It would be absolutely remiss of me not to, first of all, thank my family, who without their support, encouragement, and as my wife is off to remind me, patience, I don't think I would be here today. They're the absolute rock in my life, and they support me in what I do. And I think further to that also, there's a number of colleagues that have been particularly supportive of me and encouraging me. The role of Deputy Commissioner is particularly internally oriented. And it's within the context of our very ambitious change program that I plan to put my energies around people, processes, performance. And I think I'd also like to just say that this is the BPS is a big family, right? And there are women and men, both police officers, support staff, that get up every morning and commit themselves to making Bermuda safer. And I'm particularly proud to be part of that family. Thank you. I'd like to take any questions.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
The Commissioner spoke a little bit about the skills you brought to the position and why you were the right candidate for the job. I'm wondering why you were selected. What, in your opinion, set you apart, or why are you the right fit for this post?
Well, I think some of the things I bring to the table would certainly be an appreciation of the issues and challenges that face us as a country, as a community, as a people. I think certainly my interest and experience around technology, around process, systems, policy, procedure, those types of things, those types of experiences and skill sets stand me in particularly good stead around the role of the deputy. That is very much, HR, finance, technology, sort of performance and conduct. Those are the focuses of the role of the deputy. Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you very much.
So there you have it, members of the media. We have our new Acting Deputy Commissioner, Mr. Darrin Simons, and we look forward to years of service to the Bermuda community at large. Again, thank you very much for joining us, and have a good afternoon.